we're just swimming in information these days. Opinions everywhere. It's really hard sometimes to know what really matters, right?
Especially when you're asked for your take on something.
Exactly. And you need to give an opinion, but maybe you're not quite sure how they want you to frame it.
Yeah, that's a common hurdle.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, how to shape your perspective, specifically looking at IELTS essays.
Right, the International English Language Testing System, Task 2, the essay part.
Yeah. And for this, we're looking at an article from the IELTS Buddy website. It's called The 3 Types of IELTS Opinion Essays.
And our goal here really is to cut through some of that confusion around these opinion essays. We want to clarify the main ways you're actually asked for your view. And honestly, this isn't just about passing a test.
No, definitely not.
It's about building that skill, accurately figuring out what someone's really asking when they want your opinion. Super useful, way beyond any exam.
Okay, so let's unpack this IELTS Buddy source a bit. It jumps right into something that trips people up.
Like argumentative essays or thesis-led essays.
Exactly. And the source basically says, look, those terms can actually make things more confusing than they need to be.
Which is refreshing, actually.
It really is.
Yeah.
It says the key thing is just look at the question you've got, analyze that specific question, and then answer it. Simple as that, really.
And what's great is how it simplifies things. It kind of groups these Task 2 opinion essays into 3 main types.
Right.
Not based on some complex academic jargon, but just on how they ask for your opinion. So we're going to explore those 3 common ways you'll see this.
Okay, let's do it. So the first type the source lays out is discuss one opinion.
Right. Straightforward, you might think.
Yeah. So typically you get like a single statement, a single opinion. And the question asks you point blank, do you agree or disagree?
Or, to what extent do you agree or disagree? That's a really common phrasing.
So what's the absolute must-do here, according to the source?
Well, the core thing, and they're really clear on this, is you have to explicitly say it, I agree, I disagree, or maybe I partly agree.
Can't just hink at it.
Nope. Can't just discuss the topic generally. Your actual position, your stance, it needs to be completely clear, no ambiguity.
That's such a key point, being unmistakable. And they give a really good example, actually. Something like, advances in technology and automation mean we need less manual labor. So working hours should be reduced.
And then the question.
And the question is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Bang! Directly asks for your level of agreement, not just a chat about robots.
Precisely. It pins down exactly what's required from you.
Okay, so that's type 1, agree or disagree with one view. What's next?
All right. Type 2 is discuss 2 opposing opinions.
Okay, so this sounds different. You get 2 views.
Yeah, 2 distinct viewpoints, often, opposites. Clashing ideas.
And your job is?
Your job is twofold, really. First, you've got to discuss both of those opinions fairly. Give them both airtime.
Okay.
And second, and then after you've explored both sides, you have to clearly state your own opinion on the matter.
Ah, so it's discuss and give your view, not just one or the other.
Exactly. And this is where connecting it back to the scoring, that task response part, it's crucial.
Right, you mentioned that's 25% of the grade.
A quarter of the marks, yeah. So if you only discuss one view, or if you discuss both but forget to say what you think,
your score takes a hit.
Big time. You haven't fully answered the question.
Makes sense. Does the source give an example for this one, too?
It does. It's about animal rights. Something like, some people feel animals shouldn't be exploited and should have the same rights as humans.
Okay, that's view 1.
While others argue humans must use animals for needs like food and research. That's view 2.
Polar opposites, pretty much.
Definitely. And then the instruction is, discuss both views and give your opinion. It couldn't be much clearer, really. You need to do both things.
Okay, got it. One opinion, 2 opinions. What's the third type?
The third one is about advantages and disadvantages, but, and this is the important bit where they also ask for your opinion.
Ah, okay. So not just listing pros and cons.
Exactly. That's the trap. The source specifically warns about this. There are questions that just ask, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Simple list. No opinion needed there.
But this third type is different.
Right. Here you're given a situation, a trend maybe. You weigh up the good and the bad, the positives and negatives.
And then?
And then the question implicitly, or sometimes very explicitly, asks for your judgment, your assessment.
So how would that question actually look? How do you spot the difference?
Well, the source gives a few variations. It might be something like, the number of older people is increasing globally. Could this have more positive or negative effects on society? See? It's asking for a judgment call.
Okay, yeah. More positive or negative. It wants you to lean one way.
Or it could be even more direct. Do the advantages of this trend outweigh the disadvantages?
Right. A direct comparison and a verdict.
Or even just, is this a positive development? Simple yes, no, essentially. Backed up by your reasoning about the pros and cons.
Gotcha. So in all those cases, just listing pros and cons isn't enough. You need that final verdict, your stance.
Your stance, exactly. You have to state whether overall you think it's more good than bad, or vice versa, or if the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Your opinion is baked into the task.
So let's just quickly recap those three then.
Sure. So the IELTS Buddy article really boils it down nicely, especially if you're maybe new to this or just feeling a bit lost in all the advice out there. You've got type 1, agree or disagree with one given opinion. Type 2, discuss two opposing opinions and then give your own.
And type 3.
And type 3, discuss advantages and disadvantages, but where the question specifically asks for your opinion on whether it's positive, negative, or if the pros outweigh the cons.
So the real skill is just identifying which pattern fits the question you're looking at.
That's the power move, absolutely. Like you said, being a detective, what kind of task is this? Once you know that, you know what you need to deliver.
So thinking about the listener now,
Mm-hmm.
what's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean for you when you're trying to learn this stuff?
Well, I think this deep dive really shows that understanding the question, it goes beyond just knowing the topic words, you know?
Yeah, it's not just about technology or animal rights.
Exactly. It's about spotting the kind of answer they want, recognizing the structure of the ask,
Yeah.
and honestly, that's not just an IELTS thing.
No, it's like a critical thinking superpower, isn't it?
Mm,
Knowing how to give your opinion effectively is just as important as, well, having one in the first place.
absolutely. And if we circle back to the bigger picture, that source mentioning past response is 25% of the grade.
Yeah.
That really underscores it. Nailing the type of response, addressing that specific request for your opinion, it's not just like good academic practice.
It's fundamental.
It's fundamental to getting your point across clearly and making sure, all the effort you put into your ideas actually gets recognized and rewarded, whether that's in an essay or just talking to someone.
That's a great point. So maybe something for you to think about as you go about your day.
Mm-hmm.
How often, maybe in just everyday conversations, or even when you're reading the news or something online, are you kind of implicitly being asked for an opinion?
Ah, interesting. Even if it's not a formal essay question.
Right. And maybe think about how getting clear in your own head, okay, am I meant to be agreeing here, or am I weighing up two sides? Or judging the pros and cons.
Mhm.
How might that clarity help you express your own thoughts much more effectively?
Yeah, more clearly, with more impact. That's definitely something worth mulling over.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.